here today with psychologist Isaac, and I'm David Darkrick. I'm going to Isaac. You're highly welcome. This is the third time that we are together.
Thank you.
The question I want to ask, first of all, in this crisis where there is conflict in South Sudan, suffering from, and different crisis, and the rise of mental illnesses is high. How can we take care of our mental health?
Well, thank you for having me in the third time, and I'm happy that I can express my view and to the audience, especially people who are in the community, in the place of work, even the people in the church, so that they can listen to your channel. Well, your question maybe I can expand in it a little bit, and then later on we will see how can we be recover from these situations. Let me start first. God creates our body, in a very nice design way. And by that kind of design, there is a need for the body, such as the basic needs and the protection needs. So when these two needs are being fulfilled, then the mankind, can have mental health well-being. Uh, in order to do that, for those who go to church, in the scripture it said that God asked mankind, then you can work. If you work, and then you can fulfill your needs, which is very important. That's why at this time we are in, people are working in order to fulfill the basic needs and the protection needs. In order, another question is this: what are the income generation activities that you can do in order to get some money? There are 4 ways to get the money. Number 1, it is employee. And number 2, it is self-employee. And number 4 is basic investment or investors. The last one, we call it big business owners. Here in employee, we can encourage all male or female, then they can work. Let's take a look at the women, female women who are well educated, then they can work in the offices, or maybe they can work in the company in order to get some money. The same thing, even the male, they can work in the office and also hand the money. Another one is that we can encourage people to work. It is what we call self-employee. You become a boss of your own. Maybe you open the business, you do it yourself. And mostly, I can encourage the women, those who have lower educations, maybe they can do several jobs. Some of them, they can work in the offices as the janitors or maybe cleaners, so that they can hand some money to sustain their families. Or maybe they can work in the market, where they can sell vegetable like fruits, and or others also they can work in the street like cleaning, so that the others company can provide. The same thing even like men. By doing that kind of workforce, we can earn money. So when we have money now, we can be able to support our families. For example, if there's a single mother, or maybe a widow, or maybe a widower, which is a man, or maybe both parents are available, now they can be able to provide a basic need like what? Like food. So they can be able to put food on the table, and also water, the necessary needs that they can provide to their family. The same thing in protection need, which is the safety. They can be safety psychologically and also safety physically. So when people work, now they can be able to provide the basic and the psychological needs. Their mental status, it become good. Now let's come to the failure of providing the basic needs and the protection needs. If a person failed to provide education, not to educate the children, not providing food on the table, and electricity bills, and all kinds of the bills. Now, these things, it can trigger you, or it can lead you to develop several type of mental health issues, such as stress. You can develop stress, anxiety, depressions, or maybe it can lead you to the severe mental health problems, such as the psychosis, schizophrenia, and so forth. This is the situation that your question now come in.
Yes.
Because the situation we are in now in our countries, a lot of people, they don't get job, and economical hardship, some psychological issues, environmental factors, and even the life experience. These things, it affect the people life. And that is the reason why there is a high number of people experiencing these mental health issues, all right, in the country. But the question is, what can we do in order to support people like that? Well, I'm very happy for your channel, which is the mental health and the counseling services, where you support people like that. In the programs, we can support people, let's say financial management, that we can open the vocational training, where we train the mothers, or the, other people to, to gain a skill and a knowledge, so that they can work and get the money. For men who have a local, maybe a little education background, they can do other courses, such as the electricity course, carpenters, maybe plumbers, things like that. When they do them, they can earn money, and then they can be okay. And so that is how it's supposed to be. And those who need the psychological services or mental health services, they can come to your your channel, or maybe your services. They can be supported with psychological support, or maybe also they can be supported with the medical services, plus other things. So by doing that, if we support them again, people who go through difficulties, and then now they can become a resilient, they can have a skill of financial management, then they can have encouragement in order to do their job. So now they can be recovered from that situation and get the job and do the best, and then they will be okay. So this is how I can answer your question.
Well, thank you so much. Now, as you have heard already from psychologist Isaac, also I want to ask you, and you can also let us know. Some people, they approach me through this channel that they need like online, support, psychological support. Would you be available if there is need?
Yeah, I can be available, but we need to be very careful when we are doing psychotherapy services. We're very careful with the confidentiality. So if there's an issue we discuss online, it is fine, but it is very important to welcome you in your office, where we conduct the session in confidential way, and support. If I'm not busy, I will love to help and can support.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Okay, guys, if you know anyone who is struggling with depression, somebody who is traumatized, somebody that need help, that need a mental health support, please don't fail to contact us. Contact us through this channel. You will get all our details attached to this channel, including our WhatsApp number. Bye for now. Thank you.